Are you sure about this plan?
We have no other choice. It's only a matter of time before the Japanese soldiers are upon us. I must take the children to safety.
But it is over 100 miles to Siam.
And a hazardous journey. It will take you weeks to get past those mountains.
Then we must waste no time.
We are ready.
Then let us be going. Come, children, gather round. Children, I know you are tired, but we must leave as soon as possible. We must be very brave and help each other along the way. Now come, children, we have a long journey ahead, but God shall take care of us. He shall take care of us all.
Are we nearly there?
We still have a way to go, Chuen.
It has been 5 days since we started our journey. I am tired.
I know, dear, and I am tired too. But the war is spreading and I need to get all of you as far away from it as possible. The city of Shan is a safe place.
Maybe if we sing a song, it will help us not to feel so tired.
Good idea.
耶稣爱我，我知道，因有圣书告诉我，爱小孩子出牧羊，我虽软弱出强壮。
Run, children! Run! Run to the trees! Now! Now!
It's all right. They're heading away.
I'm scared.
No. It's all right, dear.
I want to go home. Me too.
We all want to go home, children, and I do too. And we will soon find a new home for all of us.
Will the Japanese soldiers get us, Aiweda? Will we be all right?
Jesus has promised to be with us always, Chuen. And you know what, children? He will see us through. Jesus will take care of us.
Are you certain?
Oh, very certain, my dear. Why, he has seen me through many difficult times. Many, many difficult times. Shall I tell you about it?
Oh, please do, Aiweda.
Well, ever since I was a little girl, I wanted to be a missionary in China. When I was finally old enough to be one, I was told that I didn't have what it takes, that China would be too difficult a place for me.
But you are here.
You're right, Chuen. But oh, the things I had to go through to get here. Even though the Missionary Society did not accept me, I felt God wanted me to come anyway. And so I did. All alone. I didn't have much money, and so I found the cheapest way to get here was by train. What I didn't expect was that war between Russia and China would force my train to stop in the middle of nowhere. I was alone and scared. It was freezing cold. I've never been so cold. I didn't think that I would make it. I walked all night to the nearest town, where I was promptly arrested.
Arrested?
Yes. The Russian authorities thought I was a machinist rather than a missionary. It was only through the help of a young Russian woman and a fishing captain that I was able to escape in the middle of the night. 1 month later, and with only a few coins left in my pocket, I finally arrived at a little village in the mountains. Can you guess where that was? Yes, that's right. You are much too young to remember, but before I came to Yangchang, someone else was already there. Jeannie Lawson. She and her husband had been missionaries in China for many years. When her husband died, Jeannie continued their work. She was getting old and had been praying desperately for help, poor dear. And so, who do you think God sent to help her?
Mrs. Lawson! Oh, Mrs. Lawson, at last I'm here!
Oh, my dear, you made it! Oh, you made it! Good for you! Forgive me! But since my husband died, I've been the only other foreigner here. Oh, it's good to see you! Come in! What took you so long?
What took me so... Oh, if you only knew,
Oh, I'm sure you've stories to tell and we'll have ample time for that. But for now, we've got a lot of work to do before we open this old inn.
In? But I...
Came to save souls, no to running in, am I right? Listen, girl, this is China we're in, no London. People here dinna take to outsiders like us. Sometimes they even call us foreign devils. They find it difficult to understand our beliefs. And so the way we live, the way we serve them, that, my dear, is the way we must reach people here. And stories.
Stories?
Oh, the Chinese, oh, they love stories. When the inn is finished, it'll fill up with travelling merchants. We'll tell them stories as they eat. Stories from the Bible.
It was like a dream for me. A servant girl finally arriving in China.
Servant? You were a servant?
I worked as a maid to pay my way to come here.
Were you sad to leave your mommy and daddy, Ai Wei-de? I miss my mommy.
Yes, I was sad to leave my parents. But I was so happy that God asked me to come to China, where one day I would meet you.
Tell us more, Ai Wei-de. Tell us more. Tell us more. Tell us more. Tell us more.
All right. Well, about 1 year later, the inn was teeming with guests. They loved to stay with us because of the stories we told them. The Lord also blessed us with some help. Cheng, our cook.
Very good, Miss Gladys. Chinese, very good. I like happy endings of Lazarus leaping from the grave.
Sheshe Cheng. But I have a long way to go yet. I do hope Mrs. Lawson returns from her outreach trip soon. I don't know that I can keep the inn running smoothly without her.
Miss Gladys! Mrs. Lawson! She have accident in Qingshui.
What? That's past the mountains. When did this happen?
4 days ago. I come right away. She's dying, Miss Gladys. Need help.
Sadly, Mrs. Lawson died and I was left alone. I didn't know how I'd keep the inn after that.
You must eat, Miss Gladys.
Thank you, Cheng, but I have no appetite.
You've been this way since Mrs. Lawson died. You worry no money? You don't have to pay me, Miss Gladys. I work free, for God.
Thank you, Cheng. It's just that without Mrs. Lawson's pension, we can barely make ends meet. I may have to leave to join others in another province.
No! You doing important work here, now.
Please don't worry, Cheng. Let me take a little time to pray.
Okay, Miss Gladys. I go. Ayo, what now? We're very busy here. We're very busy. Oh. Miss Gladys, are you praying?
Yes, Cheng.
Well, you stop now. Answer already here.
Mandarin, it is an honor. And to what do I owe the honor of your visit, Mandarin?
Your big feet.
Forgive.
My big feet? I am sorry, Mandarin, but I do not understand.
You are aware that China is experiencing deep change.
I am.
You are familiar with our people's custom of foot binding.
Binding women's feet tightly so they remain small. I am aware of it, Mandarin, and especially of the pain it causes the little girls. And if I may speak boldly, I have prayed that the custom may be stopped.
Then perhaps your prayers have been answered. The new government has demanded that all foot binding be stopped immediately,
I rejoice for the women.
which is why I need you. Who better to be the new foot inspector than the woman with big feet?
Forgive once more.
Foot inspector? But I couldn't possibly. I have the interrun.
There will be good payment for your labor.
See? Mandarin, most generous, especially to foreign guests.
I accept your generosity, knowing the kind Mandarin will allow me to share my faith in the villages that I will visit.
It is the law that I'm concerned about, and not religion. That I leave up to you, my foot inspector.
I am your humble servant.
Miss Gladys, God always answer just in time. 3 minutes ago, no money. And now, official foot inspector.
How beautiful are the feet of those that bring good news.
My feet hurt.
I know, dear, I know.
艾伟德 we're running out of food.
We must ration what we have.
Some of the children's feet are bleeding. Mine too.
We shall rest for a while, but then we must go on. God will see us through, children. He is always with us. Let's remember that. What do you say I tell you more about my time as foot inspector?
Yes!
Well, a few months after I began working as the Mandarin's official foot inspector, I was at a mountain village when I had an unexpected visitor. And Jesus said, I will always be with you. I will never leave you.
Ai Wei-de, the virtuous one, an appropriate name for one who is obviously loved so much.
A happy people reflect their caring Mandarin.
Thank you, but truly, the people reflect your good work.
They have come to know God, Mandarin, and His love has added to their happy lives. See? It's been wonderful to see the little girls run and play with their unbound feet. They are so happy. Perhaps one day her feet will be as big as mine.
Truly, your success is remarkable. Rumor has it, even the bandits respect you.
Oh, I have God to thank for that. He has promised never to leave us or forsake us.
That is precisely what I wanted to hear. It is not by chance that I happened upon this village. I need your help. There is a riot at the men's prison. Many of the inmates are killing the guards as well as each other. I want you to put a stop to the killing.
Me? But Mandarin, how? I am only a small woman.
Did you not say that God is with you? It is not a small woman I sent to this prison riot, but rather a small woman with a great God.
Dear Jesus, you have said, greater is He that is in you than he that is in the world. I trust you now. Help these men to...
Stop!
Ai Wei-de?
Put that down.
Ai Wei-de, you're the woman that speaks about God. We have heard much about you.
Ask the men to stop the fighting and killing now. I have come here to help you.
Aiweda.
The men wish to speak with me. They inform me they have not had adequate food in weeks. The warden has kept it from them. They are also idle and wish to be of use, to do some work. I will go back in. I will attend to their wounded. I will listen to them. Mandarin, they will not riot again.
I wonder, Aiweda, are you sorry you came to China? There are so many of us to care for. Are we a burden to you?
I can only be thankful for China. It is where God called me, and it is here that He has blessed me with each one of you. When the war began, many people in the surrounding villages suffered, and some of you were left without parents. God knew you needed someone to care for you, and I always wanted a family. Soon, the inn was filled not only with travelling merchants, but with many little children.
Aiweda!
I'm glad you came back from the market, Cheng. We need to get dinner started for the muleteers. What did you get?
Well, more than I bargained for. Another child left at our doorstep.
Oh, the poor little thing.
That make 10 poor little things. And you and me, that's 12 poor little things. How we feed all?
Oh, Cheng, these children need our help. I'm sure God will help us.
Baby is cute. I too believe God's supply. Oh, but I worry, Aiweda. Hear rumor about Japanese coming. Many villages bombed.
Let's not worry about that. What would the Japanese want with a little place like Yangcheng? We had nowhere else to go. The village has been attacked over and over again. We have had to evacuate.
You are most welcome here.
We have children with us, not only those I have adopted, but with the attacks, more children have been left without parents. They've come looking for help. Cheng had to go back to help his family. I have come alone.
How many children did you bring?
65. I have brought 65 children.
65 children? Then we shall prepare food. You must rest, Aiweda.
I will help the children settle for the night. I must go down early tomorrow morning. There are many wounded, and they need help. Wash and change the bandage often. It should heal.
Thank you, Aiweda.
Japanese soldiers!
The children. I must get back to them.
Go!
You were shot?
Yes, but thankfully the bullet only grazed my shoulder, so I wasn't hurt very badly. Because the Japanese were nearby, I had to lie very, very still until nightfall. I realized then that God wanted me to take you further away from harm as soon as possible. Late that night, I made my way back to the mountain village, arriving early, at dawn.
Aiweda!
I'm all right. The children?
They are well. They have been asking about you, but I must tell you
The
that
Japanese soldiers have taken over our village. It will be a matter of time before they come here.
Yes, and-
I have decided to take the children with me.
Take
We
them?
must try and reach safety. There is an orphanage at Shan.
that is a 2 or 3 week journey. Perhaps alone you may go, but with the children? How?
I am not sure how, but I am sure of God. He will help us. All 66 of us.
No, not all 66 of you. When you were gone, more children came. There are over 100 children here now.
And not one will be left behind. We will need to leave first thing tomorrow.
Ah, my foot inspector, thinking of others as always.
Mandarin, how pleased I am.
Careful.
Thank you.
Look, it's beautiful, isn't it? Who would have thought it would come to an end? I must bid you farewell, Aiweda.
Mandarin?
I'm to leave this province for now, as I see you are to do the same. But before I go, there is something I must let you know. Ever since you came to Yancheng, I have kept an eye on your mission. You were considered a foreign devil. The people were afraid of you and insulted you, yet you showed them great patience. I watched you care for my people. I have seen you serve them in time of peace and sadly in time of war. And now I see you taking their orphan children under your care.
God loves these children, Mandarin. I only reflect his love for them.
And that is why I wish to ask you, Aiweda. Will your God accept this lowly Mandarin's heart? For I have seen him so clearly in you. May your God be my God, Aiweda, and may he watch over us.
And that is how the Mandarin came to know Jesus and how God brought us all together. And how he has kept us all these long days as we make our way to Shan.
It's been 15 days since we started walking.
And God continues to see us through.
Like Moses and the children of Israel.
Yes, I suppose so.
Then he will see us through to safety, just like Moses. Look! A river! A river! A river!
It's the Yellow River. Oh, children, we are nearly at our destination. We are nearly there. Now all we have to do is get across it.
No bridges anywhere, Aiweda. And the river is too deep for us to cross. What are we going to do?
I don't know. Now, children.
Aiweda, do you remember when God helped the children of Israel to cross the Red Sea?
Yes, of course.
Well, can he not help us cross this river?
Oh, my dear. I am not Moses.
Yes, Aiweda. But God, he is still God.
Then we shall pray for a miracle. Gather round, children. Gather round and let's pray. Lord, we have come so far. We cannot cross this river. You said, when you pass through the waters, I will be with you. Oh God, we need you now. Oh no. Please do not harm us. They are only children.
What are you doing?
You are Chinese. We're trying to cross the river. I'm taking the children to the orphanage in Shan. We're from...
All these? Do you realize that we are expecting a Japanese attack at any moment? Japanese aircraft patrol constantly. And you are easy targets. In any case, we will help you cross right away. Bring the boats!
God has answered! God has answered! He helped his people cross the Red Sea, and now he has helped us cross the Yellow Sea!
There is a village on the other side. There is not much food, but you could scrounge. You could take a train there. It will take you close to Xi'an.
Why do we stop?
终点站! We cannot go further.
No further? But we are miles from Shan.
The train lines ahead come close to the river. The Japanese are on the other side. They see us, they shoot. Do you understand?
But what can we do?
Walk! Xi'an is ahead. It will take you 2 days or more.
We have been walking for weeks. The children!
There is nothing I can do, madam. We are in the middle of a war.
Now, children. Just another 2 days and think of it. A hot meal, a warm bed, and a good rest. You can walk a little further for that, can't you?
Xi'an! We have arrived! We have arrived!
Oh, thanks be to God. Thanks be to God. Come, children. We're nearly. No. Stop! Please! Stop! You must let us in! You must let us in!
There are no more refugees allowed. The city is swarming with them. We have no food, no shelter to offer. You must go on. Another city lies ahead. 走，快走，你们到别的地方去。
Oh, please. No.
Do not worry, Aiwei-de. God will see us through. He will see us through.
No. Oh, please. 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 Please.
Welcome to Fufen.
The children.
Shh, shh, shh. Relax now. They are safe. You've been very ill. Quite honestly, I have no idea how you survived this trip, Miss Aylward.
But I feel much better.
I know. However, a little rest will do you some good. Although...
Yes, Doctor?
Well, there is a matter of some visitors who are quite eager to see you.
Thank you, Lord. You have always seen us through.
Gladys Aylward, who as a young woman had been rejected by a missionary society and informed she was unqualified to be a missionary, brought over 100 children safely across the treacherous mountain ranges of China under the threat of enemy fire. Having suffered typhus, pneumonia, relapsing fever, malnutrition and supreme exhaustion during the journey, she remained physically weak the rest of her life, but continued her mission work in the Orient and later in England. In 1955, she travelled to Taiwan, where she helped to establish an orphanage. She continued her missionary work and public speaking until her death on January 3rd, 1970, at the age of 68. The lives of the children she rescued were forever affected by the love and care of this untiring and courageous woman who took God at his word. When Chu En became a teenager, he returned to Yangcheng, where he fearlessly preached to his countrymen under the threat of communist rule. Gladys never saw Chu En again, but learned of his success in spreading the gospel through one of his converts many years later.